So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our video of Satsang question. And today is a very unique question that was presented to me about: is New Age movement a hoax and a scam? New Age movement, as in, things like yoga, meditation, and being vegan, and going into, all of these serenity areas of life. Perhaps even including astrology, but I don't think astrology is New Age, because astrology has always been there, consistent. Even in the Dark Ages, kings had astrologers. Nobody else could, but the kings could. So, I'm going to give you an analogy here, okay, regarding this whole movement of New Age. Imagine there are 99 students standing in line, okay, and in front of them is an individual looking for wisdom. And way back at the 100th spot is the master, is the teacher, is the guru. And here you are getting advice from one student after the other about, any kind of enlightenment related to God and meditation and Kundalini and this and veganism and all of these things. So when this is happening, especially through this easiest medium of social media and internet, I actually cannot argue against this, that New Age movement is a hoax and a scam. It definitely could be if you are running in front of those students. And in such case, I am going to say, yes, be happy following your normal life that you had before. Working hard, taking care of your family, loving your children, loving your spouse, creating a better environment for themselves. I think there's no other better duty, spiritual duty, than actually being a householder. So go back to that and do it. Because of the fact, once you open this door, there's going to be 99 either students or 50% students, 50% snake oil salesmen, and then one master is in the back, which you will have a hard time finding in this crowd. And especially, the thing is, you will see a lot of people, especially nowadays, making all kinds of motivational video. Okay, I have done that. But the thing is, the reason why I did that is because through those belief system, I made it in life. That's why I made it. But now there's so many, by even people who have not achieved anything, but what they do is that they go to these video stock websites, download royalty-free videos of these clips, that clips, and they put them together, compile them together, they put their voice over it, and they present it. And one person watches this, the other person watches this. They're like, oh, great, let me take notes. They try those things, and it never works out. So why is it that people in the secrets or here or there made it and got all that money? Well, that is the simplest thing, is that was their time. That was their activation of perhaps a Dhan Yoga in their Vedic astrological chart. So this is why I follow, something that actually gives you the answer to things that you feel lost about. Will I even find a spiritual guru in this time to get the proper answer about enlightenment and the experience that I'm looking for? Or perhaps you did something in your past where now in this life you will just keep struggling and searching and struggling and searching, and it's not going to come in until maybe 2 lives later. Because you also have to understand this part as well. So if you have experienced some really bad things through New Age movement, okay, then perhaps you are not meant to get it in this life. And this is why it's okay for you to go back to your normal life. Sometimes I feel that even an atheist is in a much better position than somebody trying to follow a false ideology, false God. And I feel that I have been lucky enough to come across not only information, but experiences. And not even like some over-the-top experiences. Little glimpses of experiences about that other side, which is known as the New Age, the spiritual world. But that does not make me a master. That makes me that student standing in the front of the line. And this is why I don't really want to teach spirituality. I don't have that wisdom. Why would you want to learn something from someone who has no wisdom but is only like experiencing tidbits of it? Once I get to the master level, fine. I will come out and I will want to teach. But right now I stick to things that I know. Stick to things that I feel I have captured. Even that is so difficult to capture. So for you to, wonder about this, I say if you feel that, you need to just live a regular life and not dive into these things, don't. Because you getting advice from somebody at a coffee shop who has been meditating and just telling you about all of these things, okay? That person may not even have 0.1% of the information on it, versus you going across the world to the Himalayas. You going across the world to, let's say, India, Banaras, finding some really old, poor, almost 80, 90-year-old sadhu or a priest who's like sitting there, doesn't even have enough food with him, and yet gives you that experience that nobody could ever. So you got to understand, looking at the right place is really important. It's more important, than following just anything that may be right, but it's half-baked. Sure, yoga is great, excellent. Meditation is great, excellent. Okay, being a vegetarian, vegan is great, excellent. But if I cannot show you how this particular food is made, but I just say, oh, it has meat and it's bread and it's this, so yeah, go try it. You will not be able to make the exact same type of food that I just made. Exactly what ingredients you need, what heat does it need, how long does it need? Because you got to remember, in Vedic Astrology and Astrology in general, Jupiter is the guru, the teacher, the one with the highest of wisdom. It takes the one whole cycle of Jupiter for you to be even step into the realm of a experienced student, not even a master, student. So what is Jupiter cycle? Jupiter takes 12 years to go around the zodiac signs. So Jupiter, which is wisdom, it takes 12 years of those spiritual practices to get to the point of even getting an experience. And most of the time what happens is such people will try it for 6 months, 1 year, 1.5 years, 2 years. And they're frustrated. They're like, none of this stuff that they say does not work. Forget it. I'm going to leave. And nobody was there to tell them that this path is not easy. It's not like you flick a switch and your Kundalini is awakened. Unless, of course, you were doing certain penance in your past life, where in this life, randomly, it just opens by itself. So nothing happens without a reason. If somebody said, oh yeah, I was just sitting and I found enlightenment, so yeah, it does happen. No, it does not happen. Because how do you know what were you doing in your past life? How do you know, if you weren't in the Himalayas practicing for 3 lifetimes and you almost got close and then you died, in this life you came, and when the stars were right, everything was right, boom, the Kundalini opened. So when you are also denouncing this new age movement of spirituality, ask yourself, how much time are you willing to give? In order to get something, you're going to have to sacrifice. You're going to have to sacrifice. It's not a candy store. You go and you pick up the candy, you pay and you go. This is like getting a house. You got to save up little bit by little for the down payment. You got to make more money. You got to work hard at something to own your own property. It just doesn't come overnight. Candies are easy to come by, houses are not. This is why it's such a tough process to get a home. It's a 30-day closing, 40-day closing. I remember my own house, the first one I got was 30-day closing. After that was like a 45-day closing. So it's not like just going a car, buying a car and coming back. So when you question, okay, and this is not something saying that you should again go back into this. No, just live a happy life, live carefree life. Okay, just that's the number one thing. Number two, this is just a suggestion that when next time you come across something that is saying that this is possible, that is possible, that is possible, the very first thing you should ask yourself or tell yourself, is this the right person to get this information from? I know this information exists. Something in my heart tells me it exists. But is this the right person or not? Maybe they just read from somewhere and they're telling you. Like, for example, I have read only books. Okay? I've come across some people for a very small portion of my life that showed me something. But does this mean that I know? No, I don't know. I will guide you into the same places. Go read this book, go read that book. And try to see this guru, try to see that guru. And even I haven't met those gurus that I'm wanting to meet. So once you ask this question, is this person knows what they're talking about, and are they really well versed in what they're knowing, and do they even know? Once you ask that, then you may look behind them. Then you'll be like, okay, you're the student, let me look way in the back. Oh yeah, that person right there. Because all of you are wearing the white clothes, he's wearing the orange clothes. I want to see that person. Then you start to recognize these things. But, just follow normal life if you are not able to find the right person in life. That's what I'm going to say. So I don't blame these people who, I don't blame you, I don't blame anybody who says this is fake and a scam. You're probably absolutely right in your domain that yes, you're going to run into that a whole lot more, a whole lot. It's not, this is a very rare thing. The new age thing that experience has come, it's a very rare thing. People are not, the majority of the people are supposed to know at this particular time. Because if that happened, then you wouldn't have half the things in the world, because everybody else would be just gone to the astral plane. And you wouldn't have your iPhones, you wouldn't have your cars, you wouldn't have your electricity. Some people are just supposed to stay here, work, live that life. Okay? So hopefully this has helped. And if you're new to my channel, subscribe below so you don't miss these type of videos. And if you need any information on your Vedic astrological chart, check out the links here. And please check out the contact section at this link and just fill out your name and email if you can. It's very important. Thank you. Bye-bye.